Instructor, welcome to your fourth Python tutorial. Today we'll be looking at how to save your project in Python. It's very, very important, okay? Because if you don't know how to save your project in Python, I'm sorry, you can't retrieve that project again. Here, we are just working here and we are just typing anything on this platform. But I want something that we will need so that in future we can be able to retrieve it. So if you want to do that, go ahead and click File. Go ahead and click New File, but I will not click it yet because I want to explain something. For guys who are using version 2, you have to see something here. We don't have anything like new window here. What we have is new file. So if you're using version 2, you're going to see new window. It's just the same thing with new file. I will go ahead and click new file. Okay, so this is what I see here. And guys who are using version 2, you are going to see new window. And when you click it, you're going to see this kind of file. And your icon here is red. And the icon here also is red. But our icon here is the Python symbol. Okay, so they are all the same thing. They do the same work. What I need to do now is that I will go over here and do what? Click File. And here I'm going to click Save As. If I go to Save As, I'll go to my desktop. I'm going to look for Python programs where I created a folder. I'm going to click on this. And here I'm going to write this as project.py. So .py means Python. So always save your project with a file extension py is very important. And if you fail to save that in version 3, you can still retrieve it because it will automatically give you the file extension. So I'll go ahead and click Save. And this is my project. Project.py. Now, let's execute our first project here. Hello world. I'm going to print hello world, and I'm going to close this. Some of us were asking, why am I putting parentheses in my design or in my program? If you're using version 2, I'm sorry, you don't need these parentheses in version 2. I'm going to remove it to show you what is going to happen in case if you don't put it in version 3. Okay, so if you're running version 2, you don't need this. And if you look at your print is going to be yellow. It's going to be in yellow background, and the characters will be there, yellow, and you don't need anything like parentheses here. But for guys who are running version 3 and above, you must put parentheses. Okay, now I'm going to put back my parentheses, and after I'm going to remove it to show us the effect of not putting that in version 3. Now, what I need to do is, I'll go back to File and do what? Save this project again. If I save the project, I go to Run and click Run. So I have my hello world printed here. So I'm going to drag this guy by the side. So this is hello world. Now, for guys who are using version 2, if you remove this in version 3, I'm sorry, you're going to encounter a problem. Go back and save this project and run this project. Run module. You can see I have a syntax error here. And what does it say? Missing parentheses in call to print. I'm going to remove this guy. So for guys who are using version 2, I'm sorry, and it's less stressful in version 2. But here in version 3, you must put your parentheses to show that you want to print. Okay, and what if you don't save your project? Maybe I say hello world George, and if I go ahead to run this project, I'm going to encounter error as well. Why? Because you need to always save your project. If I go over here and click Run Module, I also have a problem here. And what does it say? It says, save before run, source must be saved. Okay, to run. Okay, this is the problem we are facing in Python, and that is what you must always save your project before you can be able to run it. Okay, now this project is not going to print because there's no parentheses. I'll go ahead and put my parentheses and go over here and close it. Okay, now I've done this. I have to save it again. You keep saving and you keep saving. Wow. Run. Hello world George. So you can see this very easy and straightforward. Now let's go to the folder where we save this. I have my Python. I'm gonna click Python open, and if I should maybe in future I want to open this project. If I click this, it will just come on and go. Why? Because I'm gonna close this guy again. Close this guy. Come back. What I ask this guy to do is just print hello world and go off. If I want to keep it so it will remain there anytime I need it, it will show me hello world and stay there until I close the window, I need to put input, press enter. Okay, I'm gonna close this guy. And now I'll go back and save. If I save this, I'm going to run it. Hello world, George. Press enter. Now let's go back to the file and click Python open. Now this guy comes, so click project. You can see my project. Hello world, George. Press enter. So I will be using enter to hold this guy and keep it so that in future we can be able to retrieve our project and see what we've done so far. If you remove this guy or if you click enter, it's going to vanish. Let's click enter. Boom, it's gone. You can see that is what is happening to the guy there. So always use press enter to keep your project. In future you can be able to view it again. But if you remove that, I'm sorry, it will always vanish into the thin air. Because what you say is just give me hello world George and go off, and that is what it's doing. So guys, this is all about how to save your project in Python, and it's very interesting. I hope you gathered much experience from here, and I hope you learned something today. In case if you don't understand anything, box me, I'm gonna respond back to you as soon as possible.